WWF in your house, buried alive. Yep. We're just killing a guy in the main event because, I don't know. Anything could happen in the World Wrestling Federation. So, yeah, that's happening. We got title matches. We got number one contendership matches. We're building towards Survivor Series. But also a guy's dying in the main event. All that and more on the Apron Bump podcast.
It's the hardest. Talk around and disregard it. Strip you off the ground, show you what heart is. Standing strong and proud, nothing can knock this. Let's get started.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Apron Bump Cobcast. That is funny, though. Like, if I had a podcast about corn, it's not funny, actually. Now that I say it out loud, it's not funny. Some things should probably just stay in my head. What's your favorite kind of corn, by the way? I feel like corn is like... I never get excited about corn, unless it's kettle corn. I am a... Fun fact about the hardest part of the ring. By the way, that is who I am, and this is the Apron Bump podcast. I don't think I ever finished my little intro there. But kettle corn, fun fact about me, I am a slut for kettle corn. If you put a bag in front of me, I will eat the entire thing. Just standing there, not talking to anybody, not watching TV. I will just like sulk over like a psychopath and just it just gets me. It just gets me. Kettle corn does. But, yeah, nothing corny about this show. Actually, yeah, it is. It's actually the epitome of corny. Buried alive, folks. Yes, the very first Buried Alive match in WWE history. I'll actually be covering another one here in a few months, probably, for Survivor Series 03. But here in the October of '96, we have the first ever Buried Alive match. Very, very apropos. Did I say that word right? For the Halloween season. I mean, the very nature of the match, if you're not familiar with a Buried Alive match, which, I mean, hell, they haven't done one since, was 2003 the last one? I think it might have been, so... Shit, it's been about 2 decades since we've seen one, at least on WWE TV. I don't know, maybe GCW did one, or fucking Wrestling Society X, or like one of those. I'm sure it's happened somewhere else, but if you're a relatively new fan, you might not be familiar with the concept. And the stipulation is there's a big pile of dirt by the stage. You got to put your opponent in the grave and bury them until they have passed away, and then you win the match. You win the winner's purse. You know what I'm saying? So, but we got Undertaker and Mankind going at it in this match type, which, hey, it's appropriate. It's appropriate for these two characters, some of the best characters going in wrestling at this point, but are they the very best? Well, you're gonna have to stay tuned to the end of the podcast, where the hardest promotion battle of 1996 continues, where we will take a look at what WWF is doing at this point in 1996 and compare it to what WCW and ECW are doing. We'll see if this show gave us any of the best or the worst of the year. We'll take a look. We'll update the standings. We'll grade the show. As I've mentioned before, whoever has the most points at the end of 1996, I will purchase a championship belt of that company, that being of WWF, WCW, or ECW. We'll explain the points and how all of that shapes up at the end of the podcast. Make sure you stay tuned for that. It is always a fun old time looking at all these promotions and what they're doing, and just kind of reminiscing about this show that we're about to talk about, because there's a lot of... it's an eventful show. It's a pretty solid show. I mean, as I think WWF is in the lead in terms of average pay-per-view grades. That's a part of the battle towards the end of the podcast. But again, just another solid show. They've been pretty consistent most of the year, pretty much since WrestleMania on. It's been, ranging from good to great. So we got Stone Cold and Triple H in their first ever match, at least on pay-per-view. Weirdly, just like in a who gives a fuck opener. We got Mark Mero defending the Intercontinental Championship against Goldust. Tag team titles are on the line. We got fake Deezers fake Deezers here, fake Razors here. We get into a discussion of the CM Punk and Jack Perry situation and how that relates to the fake Diesel, fake Razor situation. And Sid and Vader go one-on-one to see who will be the number one contender going into Survivor Series, which is just a beautiful disaster, and I loved every second of it. So there's a lot to get into with this show. But before we get into it, gotta give a shout out to my guest, Charlie, formerly, kind of, sort of, from GETCHO podcast, returning to the show. Always a good old time with Charles. Like I said, not a regular on GETCHO anymore, but he's just a sweet boy, and I love having him on. Love talking to wrestling with Charlie. So go follow him at Chardy_B96, I believe is what it is. This will all be in the description below. He changes it all the time. He used to be Chardy B Bad, which would have been appropriate because Johnny B Bad's on this show. It's a whole thing. Maybe we get into it. So do that. Give Charlie a follow. Give me a follow at Apron Bump. All across the board. Twitter, TikTok, X, Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff. I hate that fucking song. Also, join the Discord. Link is in the description as well. The Predictions League will be getting underway here at Dynasty. So you'll want to be in the Discord for that if you want any participation in that. I'll have some sort of prize probably. But it'll just be a fun time. And the Discord's a great time. We talk current wrestling. We talk retro wrestling. We talk food. We talk romance. I don't know. Anything you want. So hop on in there. Get off X. Get in the Apron Bump Discord. And let's make sweet, sweet love, shall we? But yeah, I guess we'll just get right into it, huh? Why lollygag anymore? WWF In Your House 11. Buried Alive. With myself and Charlie. Charlie? Is that from? Charlie? Is that, Charlie? I'm thinking of the fucking donkeys. Not the donkeys, but the, Hey, let's just get into the episode, huh?
I use up all my brain capacity on that completely, so this might be even worse than my last my last appearance on the show, so we'll see.
Would you say that you're buried in work?
Oh my god, I'm barely alive.
Now we're cooking with gas. See, it's already better.
Just kidding. Yeah, anything could have been better. So just to prepare for this, I wanted to watch my old tapes and see how I was doing. Just improve on my game.
Watch your tapes.
Okay. I watched my tapes. So I turned on the last episode that we were on. I was like, I kid you not. After the first second, I'm like, nope.
I think we were both tired. It was a little early in the morning. I think we were both hungover, both a little gay. So there's a lot going on,
You speak for yourself, right? I wasn't hungover. Anyway, so
right. We were both hung though. But anyways, just kidding. We're both
oh, sorry, no nudity.
Does yours look like a thumb?
I got 3 thumbs.
Here's a question. Well, first of all, have you ever tasted penis before?
No, God no. I feel like left out for some reason, because for you to ask me that implies that it's a very normal thing. So I had to think about it for a second. I'm like, wow.
I mean, you're not inclusive. It's fine. It's whatever. You're a bit bigoted, but that's fine. But I was just thinking, because you put up your thumb, right? And I'm like, well, penis must just taste like a sweaty thumb, no?
Oh, you know what? That's after you test that out, let me know, dude.
Look, if I could reach, I would. You know what I'm saying? I can't just go. I probably could go ask anybody. Guys are kind of sluts, but
yeah. I'm not here to argue. I'm not here to argue with you.
Pick one guy on this card to suck his dick. Who are you picking?
Goldust.
I don't like how fast that just shot out of your mouth. Yeah, it's a lot of work though. You got to take off the entire jumpsuit. There's probably glitter in there. It's gonna get in your teeth.
At that point, I'm tired. I have a headache.
Yeah.
I turn over to sleep.
You think it's gold?
I mean, there's no doubt in my mind it is. I mean,
Yeah.
look at his skin. Or is that? Oh, that's paint, isn't it?
No. It's he's just a naked man painted in gold. That's what I thought. I've said it before on this podcast. I used to think he was just a naked man that was painted gold. Where
And then
his
in
balls, I don't
WWE,
know.
in WWE, it's completely normal. Vince McMahon's just anything can happen in Wrestling Federation.
Oh goddamn, pal. Well, it's
Naked
like,
Caucasian men.
I mean, is that crazier than I don't know, having a match where you have to murder your opponent via burying alive? Is that crazier?
My favorite part of all that, it's like, in next match, a man will be literally buried alive. It was just the way he said it. So there's no drama behind it. He didn't even sell that it was something. He was just like, yeah, someone's getting buried alive after this.
I had the same, like, how casual he is psychotic.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
I think this is the worst thing Vince McMahon has ever done.
I don't know. It seems like it's a. Oh, wait a minute.
I
caught your drift.
Yeah,
we're
being topical. We like to be topical here.
Yeah, no, well played. No, whatever.
Could have shit in that hole instead, huh?
Yep, pretty much.
You know what I'm saying?
God, like, I don't have a good joke for that. That's just one of those things.
No, go ahead.
No, I got nothing. One. Fat So Raven.
There we go. Nailed it. Hold on. Boom.
I hope that's only for me. I hope I'm the one who bombs so much you need to put that on every time.
You know what? It probably was inspired by you. I wish it wasn't. But anyways, we got In Your House 11 coming at you from where are they again? I never take note of this.
I honestly don't know.
This is it Indiana or it might be the next one that's
Yeah, no, they did mention Indianapolis, yeah. Yep.
Indianapolis, you say. I'm fact checking here. That's a Raven checking it.
Get me. God damn it.
I can't find it.
Watch, it's like Tallahassee or some bullshit.
I mean, might as well be the same. You know what I'm saying?
Or I'll throw in my internet joke him Noah. Ain't no one vacationing in Cleveland. Ain't no one can take a vacation in Indianapolis. Oh,
what's in Indianapolis?
I don't know.
The Colts. I just talked to somebody about this. I don't remember. I'm trying to figure out what's in Indianapolis other than the Colts.
Not a damn clue. I mean, it's some places are like they're known for like what kind of food they have or whatever. It's like same thing. I can't tell you. I bet you Indianapolis is an awesome place. Whoever listens from Indianapolis, all three of you could tell me like how great it is.
Indianapolis is known for their pork tenderloin sandwich. Dutch baby?
Awesome.
What the fuck? Hold on.
Wrong tab, dude. Wrong tab.
All right, try to guess what a Dutch baby is.
It has to be something like along the lines of a Hoover maneuver or like.
Well, yeah, I guess.
It's Dirty Sanchez.
It's a German pancake filled with sweet or savory toppings. So it's a cream pie pancake.
I was actually closer than I thought I'd be.
Yeah, no, and it's sugar cream pies right underneath. God damn. All right, we need to stay away from Indianapolis, I think. So,
like I said, I'm sure it's great over there.
Well, anyway, speaking of cream pies, we got a doozy of a pay-per-view to talk about today. In Your House 11. I think the last one we talked about was In Your House 4, I believe. If you remember that is the one where
I was on.
It was a while ago. Dean Douglas was there. He got the Intercontinental Championship. Shawn Michaels was beat up by sailors.
Yep.
It was kind of an awful show. It was
literally forgettable.
No, yeah, it was awful. But In Your House 11 was, if nothing else, more eventful, I guess. But overall, what'd you think of the show, dude?
I actually liked it way more than I thought I would.
Mm-hmm.
And so overall, I thought it was a great show. And then I don't know if I'm in a minority in this, but the main event made it worth it. Definitely for me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you liked it too, because I'm like I got this nervous energy. Like, oh my god, you probably thought it was the shittiest match in the world. I'm gonna sound like an idiot pretty soon.
Dude, Mankind and Undertaker. Like, I'm watching like all these like the boiler room brawls and all the casket match bullshits. It's like you kind of have to put yourself in a different frame of mind. Like, I'm not gonna watch Mankind, Undertaker buried alive the same way I would watch like Will Ospreay versus Okada. Like, it's just a different thing.
Exactly.
So, but I think for a buried alive match, which first of all, it's the first ever. So they were like dealing with the novelty of it. Like, how do we make this work? We got to
Yeah.
like work to the grave site, work back to the ring. And
Yeah.
I guess we'll talk more about the details later. But I thought, yeah, I agree. I think the main event, I mean, maybe the best buried alive match ever. I mean, I'm not like a connoisseur of them. There haven't been that many, I guess, but I thought it was really good, the main event. And on the way there, there's some dandy little stuff on the way there, such as maybe, I don't know, Triple H versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, just curtain jerking. What a sight to see here.
This one was something. Go ahead. Oh, what's that?
What's wrong? What's wrong? What didn't you like about this?
When you're thinking Triple H versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, right away you're thinking, okay, this is gonna be an amazing match. But like this one was interesting. I don't know. I'm really curious what you like. If you want me to go first, I will. But I'm really curious what you guys say about it.
Well, no, unload on me.
Unload. Oh, okay. Well, that's the other podcast. The other video. So on this one, all right. It's obvious they worked well together. You know, they like it was like it just kept going, and you see they're working hard. And it's just nonstop. Like it's just back and forth. You know, who's got the advantage this time? There's no long heat spots. They just beating each other up back and forth. But then it got to the point where it's like it was really fast paced, but it's a lot of nothing. You know, like at least with like matches nowadays, you're getting like really cool spots. You're getting like shit over the top rope or a Canadian destroyer here or there, you know, all this other shit. But this one was just like punch kick, and then it was like the cheapest reversal they could ever do. Like I noticed that anytime there was a swing momentum, they just reversed an Irish whip. That was it. So it was like I'm punch Irish whip, and nope, now Stone Cold's up. Punch kicks Irish whip, and then now HBK is up, and I'm saying, HBK Triple H is so thing. Yeah, right. And it was just like I just kind of watch them like, what's happening? Like, what is this match? So,
yeah.
But please tell me you thought this. Like, I didn't know the context of what was going on with Jim Ross, but that shit made me laugh so much the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, the JR thing honestly dominated this whole thing. Like, it's almost like this match was here just as a backdrop for the Jim Ross shit.
Yes.
So to kind of recap where we're at here. So JR is a heel at this point for whatever reason. He's basically, his whole thing is that he's scorned that he was fired, I think a few times at this point. And he's like, I'm the best play-by-play guy in the company, and you guys won't let me shine. And then, you know, his mic is cutting out all throughout this match, which at first I'm like, oh man, they're just having technical issues. But it became clear that it's a part of the story, at least with his promo earlier, or later.
Yeah.
But it's like, it was so distracting because his mic was cutting in and out. So you couldn't focus on anything else. And it's like, what's the end game here? Like, is the company trying to keep JR down? Like, are we supposed to be sympathetic to JR? Or are we like supposed to not like him because he's being angry, but he's like justified in being it? It was very confusing and not a lot of substance to, I don't know. But so that's like throughout the entire thing, which is what my main focus was driven to. But as far as the match itself, I would pretty much agree. Triple H and Stone Cold, it seems like every match they've ever had, even like the years later, like it's always like, let's call it in the ring, pal. So it's never like in this match specifically, there weren't like milestones, like you said. Like it's just kind of like, yeah, we'll work. Yeah, counter. You get some heat. I'll get some heat. By the way, they're both heels. Which I think also contributes to the lack of like crowd interaction. Because like, who do we cheer? Like, I think Stone Cold was a little bit more the babyface here, but I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot contributed to this that made it like less than stellar. But to your point, you can tell there's something there, like the way they like brawled in the aisleway and they're like suplexing each other on the concrete.
Yeah,
and like while what they're doing is pretty like monotonous at times, like it's good, it's solid. But neither guy is really super hot at this point, which is weird to say because this is after Austin 316 and the King of the Ring, but he didn't like catch fire right away. He kind of just floated around for a little bit, and Triple H is still kind of, I think he's like just getting out of the doghouse from the curtain call thing. So, and also, by the way, it was supposed to be Stone Cold versus Savio Vega, but Savio was injured, so it was like a last minute thing. So, I don't know, a lot going on here, but main takeaway is JR is an asshole, I guess.
Excellent, excellent, and Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect, he
Yeah,
made this match for me too. He comes down to the ring,
huge pop.
casually walks down the aisle, steals Triple H's girlfriend, this like, and then just walks away. And I'm like, what did he say to her? He just walked up to her and just took her. And she's like, all right. So then Triple H goes after him, kind of, not really. She like she was kind of mid. I get it, but it was like
I
what?
mean, she's no Sable, she's no Marlena, no
Yes.
Luna Vachon, but she's
Yes.
a nice looking dame.
Oh man, like, a Luna Vachon. Now that's some. Anyway, sorry,
Yeah.
comment. Yeah, but yes. Let me touch that vein. So I like, but
Oh, so that's
anyway,
your answer to my earlier question of who's no, continue.
it tastes like a thumb.
Ugh.
No, it was like it was. I wrote down, like, I just took some notes on this match. I just put that was the smoothest shitty match I ever seen. It was just like it was smooth. Like it didn't look like anything clunky or dysfunctional, but they just did shit, and then it just stopped. I like how Jerry Lawler actually foreshadowed the end of the match. He just goes, "This match is Pedigree versus Stunner," and sure enough, end of the match, for no reason whatsoever, Stone Cold just hits a Stunner and the match is over. It was just like punch kick, punch kick, punch kick, punch kick, Stunner.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, good match.
Yeah, it kind of felt like a smooth ECW match where it's just like a bunch of shit that happens and then it's over because we feel like it's
Yes.
over. A little fun fact here: it's
Okay.
the debut of Stone Cold's music here. So he's no longer coming out to the Ringmaster music. Which, do you remember that little tune?
Can you do it for me?
Wait,
Good. I remember.
No, man. Just need that one beat. I was about to do Mankind's theme, which is like kind of similar to Mankind's theme.
Oh, okay.
How does it fucking go? I don't remember. I'll put it underneath
remember.
in post.
I actually liked him as the ringmaster, but I mean, way better Stone Cold, obviously. But like when him coming out with Chet DiBiase with that $1 million belt, it looked good on him. It did.
That was really short lived, by the way. Like watching this in real time, it was literally like 2 weeks he was doing that, and then he was like, I'm gonna shave my head and I'm gonna kick this guy to the curb. But I don't know.
Good for him.
Good for him. I guess he had some foresight. But one more thing on this. So I was watching this with my wife, and she sees Triple H and this lady come out, and my wife asked me, why does the lady look so cagey? Like she had been like locked in a basement and pulled out for this. Did you get that vibe from her? Like she was kind of like against her will?
Now that you say it, I could totally see it.
I mean, play the tape back. You'll see it.
Yeah. She definitely looked space cadet where she's kind of smiling, just happy to be alive.
Happy to get some food for the first time today.
Exactly. Nourishment.
Drink
Lighting.
your own piss.
Lighting. I could see that. She's definitely like, it wasn't her worst Wednesday. You know, she got out of the trailer and, you know, put her dress on and just walked this guy down the aisle. Whatever.
Yeah, just classic Indy horror or something. I don't know. But
now I know why to go to Indianapolis.
Yeah, for sixes. Yeah. Speaking of which, we got the tag team titles on the line next. It is a rematch from the previous In Your House. We got Owen Hart and British Bulldog defending against the Smoking Guns. Pew pew pew. So the Guns have just broke off from their manager Sonny, who speaking of indie horror, we got but she fired them because they lost the match. So where is she at now? Who knows? Probably finding another team to hop on top of. But yeah, 2 more heel but teams, by the way. Yeah. So 2 matches, 6 people, no baby faces yet. But you know, that's a choice. It's a 96 WWF tag team match, is what I'll say about this. I think the main takeaway here is it seems like they're gearing up for a Billy Gunn singles run. They're kind of building tension within the Smoking Guns. Billy's acting a little more cocky. He's got a little bit more personality. And they have a little miscommunication there towards the end. But it was fine for what it was. It didn't blow my pants off, but it was fine.
I agree. Like, the one thing that WWE was doing at this time that I liked was like using women in these storylines. You know, like the whole Triple H and Mr. Perfect stealing his girl, and then now you got like Sonny getting between Bart and Billy. It's simple, but it makes sense. So it's like I'm not mad at it. You don't see that anymore
Mhm.
nowadays. It's kind of like us dudes. If you fuck with our money or our girls, we're gonna fucking get
Mhm.
mad. You see what I'm, you
Yeah,
see what I'm
no,
saying? So
I'm
it's
about to say now they just let the women wrestle and like have their own storylines. It's like bring me back to the good old days where we were just grabbing them by the hair, kissing them, and throwing them off the apron. You know what I'm saying?
I may actually be a chauvinist.
No, I
You
know what
just
you mean
made me
though.
realize that I may actually be because I'm the same guy who hates the fact that woman gets a War Games match because it's like you just have to do it. Where it's like if it was the end of a big like if it was the end of a big blow off like feud, I would be totally. I don't care if it's men or women, but like the
Right.
whole idea of like, oh my god. Anyway, sorry, I'm about to get canceled.
No, please go ahead. Go ahead. What's the worst that could happen? You don't have
Well,
a podcast anymore.
that's true. Don't listen. Like totally, don't listen to my podcast. No, no. I mean,
What are they got to come to your pilote stand under the bridge and throw tomatoes at you? I don't think so.
boo this guy. Well, in the end, same thing. I don't care if it's men or women. If you're gonna have a yearly cage or was it Hell in a Cell or yearly, like I get a yearly elimination chamber because it sets up for WrestleMania. I'm fine with that.
Hmm.
But if you're gonna do a yearly War Games, I think it's stupid. I don't care if it's men or women. So that's
I
that's
agree.
I'm there. So Money in the Bank I think makes sense.
Hmm.
Men and women should have it. Royal Rumble, even though I truly believe a men's Royal Rumble should be 30, women should have 20 because the drastic difference between people in the roster because it's like oh every year Michelle McCool's gonna come out again. It's like great, it's like
Hmm.
sorry. Now I'm going on a
I
rant.
mean, I think last year or this past one, I don't think they brought any old bags.
Good.
Not that I can remember.
No, you're right. I'll give you that. But once again, it's like it's more special for the men because it's like a
Because
lot
they're
of these
better at
guys.
wrestling. I'm with you. They're more
Oh no, no, no,
physical.
no! I didn't say that.
They should make more money.
Didn't say
They
that.
Yeah,
Oh,
no, I agree
dude.
with you. I'm with you.
It's gonna be like that Simpsons episode where Bart or no Homer is like sitting there like, "Oh, I touched your sweet can," where it keeps going over and over again.
Yeah,
I
so
said candy. Well, it is what it is. And I believe in this, and like if people don't agree with me, whatever. It is what it is. Like
no, yeah.
yep. So anyway, yeah. So this match is one thing I like about heel versus heel matches is that everyone's cheating all over the place.
Right,
Everybody,
yeah.
so I think it's funny. There's high eye pokes everywhere. Everyone's distracting the ref and like going back and forth. But one of the funny things about this match I liked was the power of British Bulldogs flexing. So in the
Oh
middle of the
yeah.
match, he completely ignores the match and starts flexing for the crowd as the crowd's just sitting there yelling at him. And I thought it was so great. He's got like so much heat just by flexing at people. And then he uses it again in the middle of the match. He flexes at I think Bart, and Bart's get distracted while Billy's getting his ass beat. And I was like this. They're
I mean,
using,
what else is Bulldog gonna fucking do in
I know.
1996? He's pecs and belly button. This man, that's all he is. You know what I'm saying?
It's, it's pecs, belly button, and oil. That's all he.
That's the Lex Luger on the other channels doing the same thing. It's every promo he's like holding his forearm and like making his arms. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Bring that back.
We
We're
need
talking
that
about
back.
bringing it back to the old days. We need more steroids in wrestling. We need more baby oil. There's way too much dryness out there.
Yep. And
So
then Braun Strowman goes, "You rang," but anyway.
yeah, he is a pink bald idiot, isn't he?
Damn, dude. Once again, you're gonna make it look like I've said that. You're
Yeah,
gonna
no, yeah, we hate Braun Strowman here on the ABB.
no. You know what? Here's a. I'm maybe dating myself, but me and Braun Strowman were born exact same day.
Really?
Yeah,
Wait,
that's crazy.
how old are you guys?
Oh well, don't go, don't go looking
Oh,
that up.
we're gonna go check. We're gonna put together. We're gonna try to find your identity, man.
Oh, now you see why I'm becoming senile.
Geez, you're 40. God, yellow don't crack, huh?
Yellow Asian don't raisin.
There it is. That's better. I'm Asian, everybody, just in case anybody's don't cancel me. Only
What?
cancel him. Remember what he said about the women? Remember that?
Please do.
They don't deserve rights. I get you. I'm with you. I hear you. But yeah, Sonny's not here, I don't think. But Clarence Mason's here.
Nice.
Who kind of topical. We just lost OJ Simpson today.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Clarence would be mad.
On social media, how people are mourning him because they're being very careful what they're saying. He's like, he was such a great. Oh yeah,
his football career was stellar. Love Naked Gun.
Yeah, he was pretty funny on that. And same thing. I saw a post where somebody goes, "This is my first time hearing about OJ. 145 yards a game, really?"
At this point, I don't even know if he's fucking dead for real or people are just memeing. But
you know what? It is what it is. You know, like the glove didn't fit. You quit.
Yeah, well, now the casket fit. No, now the formaldehyde fit.
Transition king. I feel it.
Yeah,
I feel it.
Is now the juice is expired? Huh? It's not loose anymore. It's tight.
Juventud Guerrera?
Now there's only one juice. Now we only got one juice that is loose. Well, anyways, Billy Gunn's here. He's bald. He's not bald. He's blonde. So yeah, he's flexing. He's flexing a lot too. Bart's really the only guy in here not flexing, and Owen, I guess. But ultimately, I think Bart. Yeah, Clarence Mason. Clarence Mason's probably flexing underneath that suit, though. You gotta be. You gotta think.
Right.
But Bart hits the ropes and knocks off Billy, or is it? Yeah, Bart hits the ropes, knocks off Billy, and then but they try to fight back. They try to go for the sidewinder, which is like a sidewalk slam leg drop combo, but Billy takes too long. Bulldog kind of awkwardly pulls Bart backwards, so Billy misses, and then Owen hits him with a kick and gets the pinfall. So Owen and Bulldog win. Kind of a clunky finish, but that's the story they're telling, I guess. So
I missed the spinning heel kick. It was him, Quang, and Taco Mission, whatever the fuck. Like those.
No clue.
Bless you. Even though he's still wrestling for what was it? What team?
Michinoku Pro.
No, he's in New Japan. I'm trying to think of what team he's on.
Oh,
Just Five Guys.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say he was Zack Sabre Jr. Is he still?
Yeah. No. Okay. Zack Sabre's got his own team now. He's in TMDK.
Yes.
Yup. Anyway, but yeah. The spinning heel kick was a pretty cool move. Not when Owen did it this last match, but
he didn't like it. Did he hit him with his asshole? I think maybe
he got like 2 feet of air and totally did a spinning heel kick onto the guy's stomach.
Well,
and the poor guy had to sit down for a 3 count for that.
Yeah, it's like Bart.
It's like, yeah, that's true.
No butterbean.
But that man did take out Dr. Death, though. He did knock out Dr. Death, so.
Whew, that's a whole other bag of hammers. But yeah. Speaking of death, we got Jim Ross in the ring cutting a promo. And speaking of Dr. Death, it's his buddy, Jim Ross. Nice. And so I guess he's pissed off that by the way, the previous match, we're still dealing with the mic shit. So again, it's another match where it's just like taking over. JR's in the ring. He's like, oh goddamn, you're not gonna let me speak on it. I'm gonna get in the middle of the ring. And then he's doing all this shit basically because he brought in Diesel and Razor, which we'll touch a little bit more on later. But he's like, I'm bringing all these talent in. I'm bringing Bret Hart back from South Africa, which is like, I didn't know he Dave Chappelle'd the WWF, but I guess Bret's coming back. And I'm going to have an uncensored interview with Bret Hart tomorrow night on Raw. And then he storms out. So it's like, okay, we dedicated like the first 30 minutes of the show to JR's being just, I don't know, like what's the end game here? But I don't know. It didn't really get better because he got an Ahmed Johnson promo after that, which is, fuck, dude. What did he say? What did Ahmed say in this promo?
I don't know because Vince McMahon talked over it, didn't he? Like
well,
they
actually,
were.
no, I'm sorry. Farouk had a promo. It's
Yeah.
like from the free for all before, and then cut
Yes.
to Ahmed. Which, yes, I think Vince talked over both of them.
He talked over both of us. Like they showed footage of Farouk talking, but instead of us actually hearing it, Vince just talked completely over it. So I'm like, all right, I guess we don't care about what Farouk had to say.
And then it just cuts to Ahmed. Another like recap of the free for all. I guess Ahmed attacked Farouk in the locker room with a 2x4.
Yep.
Sounds like gimmick infringement to me, but
Oh,
indeed. So that's a thing that's happening. Farouk's still wearing the helmet. Ahmed's wet, although he wasn't wet here. He was wearing a shirt, which is pretty disappointing. So I realize it's really all of his appeal. But
I missed that look. Oh man, I just never mind. Like now you guys are finding out way too much about me. But what was up with that outfit by Farouk with that helmet? Were they just trying to make fun of him? Was it like a rib? Like he had to wear that?
you know, and there's another thing too. JR, like on the Raws leading up to this, he was like making fun of it. He's like, you put Ron Simmons, who's a football player, in a helmet. What we're doing? So it's like we're blending these different worlds. But he's still in there wearing the helmet. Why is he still wearing the helmet when we blatantly made fun of him on TV?
It's the same fucking helmet where those poor suckers playing football in those leather helmets, wondering why they all like. There's like 30 people with CTE on the field right now. Like,
you know, fun fact: the leather helmets, you're actually less likely to get CTE because you're not going to hit as hard.
I could see that. Because
Joe Rogan told me that, so it's true.
Oh,
duh. No, it does make sense, right? Like,
yeah,
you have less protection. That's like rugby. Like, there's not, at least I don't think there's as much like concussions and shit as football.
What that and pain is supposed to tell our bodies that something's wrong. So if you're sitting there like getting bopped over and over again, and they say that UFC is probably a little healthier than boxing because boxing you're getting your head rung in, massive impact. Not scared of the pain because you're not going to feel it.
Right.
Ah, you're onto something there. Like, you know what? Let's go. Let's play some tackle football, dude.
Let's do an experiment.
No fucking helmets. Just go.
Smash into each other like rams, just over and over again, and see who pukes blood first.
Not even that. We have to do what I don't know if you watch Simpsons, another Simpsons thing, but like you put pots and pans on your head and just ram into each other.
I like that idea. I like that. For science, though, right?
Science.
I think it's what Chris Nowinski's doing, but putting on a helmet and, well, anyways. Well, speaking of that, I think also Mark Marrow has done a bunch of concussion stuff in the years before today, the past, another way to say that. Mark Marrow is here defending the Intercontinental Championship against your boy Goldust. We got Sable with Marrow. We got Marlena with Goldust. All the hens are loose. You know what I'm saying? Right where they should be, right, Charlie? Ringside in their dresses.
If I could
knuckle me up.
Let's just say this: Sable should have never been in the ring. Yes. Thank you.
Former women's champion, Sable.
Oh my god.
You've never won the women's championship.
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, I could have.
It's the same title that Io Sky held, right? They're in the same lineage, I think.
Oh my god.
So Io Sky, Sable, same.
And you know there's fools out there who would say that Sable's a better wrestler than Io Sky too. God.
Look, Sable was surfing cunt out here, I would say. So, and that's on period. If I do say so myself. Well, anyways, we got Goldust, we got Marrow here. This match gets underway. Goldust is not very happy with the crowd reaction, so he grabs the mic and says, "If y'all don't shut the hell up, I'm gonna stick my tongue down all your throats." Thoughts?
I saw like 3 guys in the crowd be like, "Yeah!"
That's what they like to eat in Indianapolis.
There you go. It does taste like thumb. So
oh man, Goldust probably does not though. There's a lot going on. There's a huge flavor profile with
now I'm picturing Marlena's face, like looking like those guys who, you know, those paint huffers. Have you seen their
What?
their mugshots?
No.
If you look
What
it
you
up,
talking about? Paint tuffers?
I don't know. There's these guys that got arrested for huffing paint, and there's a mugshot of them with paint all over their face. It's oh god, I'm googling it. I don't care.
No, yeah,
Paint
we're pulling this up.
huffer, paint huffer. Uh, you just saw it.
Why are there so many? This is like a whole genre.
And
They're
why do they get arrested and then take a mugshot with the paint on their face?
They look like Sting after a 45-minute match.
Yes, that's so true. Let sleep.
This one guy in full-blown clown makeup. My goodness. Well,
Anyway, so that's Marlena after this match apparently.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
There you go. This joke has layers.
That's his pubis paint. That's on her face.
This
is what an awful episode this is.
That's the curtain call.
Oh, come on now. Never mind. We're back. That's a wild thing you just did. Speaking of which, that's a move that Mark Merrow breaks out here. The match itself is another kind of, to me, it was kind of similar to the Triple H Stone Cold match where it felt like just a lot of moves. Although this was kind of like, it was a lot of gold dust beating up on Merrow. But then Merrow busts out this like crazy moonsault from the top rope where he like does the switch step like Kevin Owens does.
Love that.
And then wins with the Wild Thing, otherwise known as the Shooting Star Press, which I thought was pretty nice. Pretty nice. It was it's very gymnast like. He kind of does the tuck. It's not like the traditional. It's not like it's no Billy Kidman Shooting Star Press. That's for sure.
It's no Brock Lesnar
Yeah.
Shooting Star Press. I was going for a headbutt.
Right.
Well, stupid.
But that gives him the win. And yeah, I thought this was a fine little match. What about you?
I just got an epiphany that if I learn how to do a Shooting Star Press, I may have a chance with Sable.
Is that the key? Wait.
I think so.
Do you think Brock has done a Shooting Star since he's been with Sable?
On their wedding night?
No, that was his redemption. Right into there.
God damn it. Oh, I guess this match I actually liked it a lot. Like, but mainly for Mark Merrow, because his offense was fun to watch. Like he was like in the beginning of the match, he was hitting Goldust with a bunch of like Japanese arm drags and headlock takeovers and like leg scissors. Like, you know, he was like doing like I was like, is this fucker a luchador or what? Like it's like a Bollywood luchador. That's what he looked like to me. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
I'm just picturing it, but anyway. Yeah, and he did a tope con hilo. He did like all these, but you know what made this match for me is Jerry Lawler.
Why is that?
Because his commentary on this match was just fucking hilarious. I mean, he had a couple. He dropped a couple of dimes where there was one where it went along the lines of you know what? Vince McMahon was like, if you ever talk to Sable, you'll know how eloquent she is. And Jerry Lawler goes like, it'd be hard to talk to her. It'd be hard to understand her while she's gagging.
Did he say that?
It was something like that. I was like, oh, it was like I can.
That was not like an innuendo. That's just like
I can talk to
too much cock in her throat.
But it's hard for her to talk and gag at the same time. That was the line.
Oh man, I don't know how I missed that one. There was just so many one-liners he was dropping. It was just dropping. Is he good? Is he good though?
Okay. He lost me when he said the ramen noodle moonsault when he was talking about Akira Tozawa. That lost, but
everything before then was fine.
Well,
everything before 2020 was dandy.
I thought he had some like. There's this one Royal Rumble. I think it was Rumble 2000, I believe. It was like Taka Michinoku, again, my favorite guy in the world, gets thrown over the top rope and he bangs his head against the ground, right? And then Jerry Lawler just literally says, "That was funny. Let's watch that Chinese guy get like fall on his face again."
Close.
And then he kept showing it. They did a slow motion of Taka's face hitting the fucking ground.
Maybe it turned him Chinese when he hit the face. It changed the angle of his eyes, and
His
That's
bell
what
was
determines
rung.
it. Yeah.
But no, even that, like, there was another one where you know how Mr. Perfect he talked with Triple H's girl, and
Mm.
he Mr. Perfect goes, I did him a favor.
What did he do? What did he do to her? Because by the way, I don't think I mentioned Perfect comes back out for commentary.
Yeah, I forgot
No
what they had.
girl. So where's the girl at? Is she just back in the basement?
Back in the basement.
Chained up again? Here's a sandwich, you twat.
Why don't you let her out after you let me out of your damn basement? How about that?
Well, beggars can't be choosers. All right, you know what I'm saying.
Fucker. But then on top of that, just going on in the commentary. So then Jerry Lawler goes, what have you done? What have you done with all of his women? Are they in your garage or something?
They might as well be. They're probably just all in a warehouse somewhere. Nah, your turn, Toots. Get on old Hunter's arm.
Jerry Lawler, he made this match for me. Even though this match I thought was pretty good, but because it was more spotty than the Triple H Stone Cold match.
It had a narrative to it, at least. It was, yeah.
And it had a heel versus face dynamic where the fans were solely behind Mark Merrill, and it was refreshing to see that.
Great point. First baby face of the night, unless you count Mr. Perfect coming out. But
yeah, that's true.
Jiminy Crickets. Well, no, yeah, I agree. And we're continuing to build Mark Merrill. I think honestly that shooting star press, it's like so new at this point, and it's so like spectacular for 96 that it's like that's all you need to have a star. And but his other offense, like you said, he's like a luchador out there, but he's jacked and he's vaguely ethnic, and it's like it's very interesting. It's very interesting. So
that's true. He could be Indian, he could be a Native American, he could be Hispanic, he could be.
There's a lot of people that thought he was black back in the day, which I never thought that. I don't think so.
I think he's half.
Hold on.
No.
All right.
Let's look this up. Yeah, please.
Maybe I'm the goose.
Just click on the right tab this time, please.
He was born. He's Jewish.
Oh,
okay. That's not a good sign. I mean, for him being black. I mean, what? Oh, but in his 20s, he became a Christian. Okay, so maybe he became black. Maybe he did a reverse Michael Jackson.
Oh.
And then nothing. There's a lot. He has a pretty hefty Wikipedia. I'm gonna need to delve into this.
Yeah, I'm worried. That's
steroid usage is what he's a big proponent on. Not concussions. Not concussions.
Not huffing paint.
Not as far as I know, but call in if you know. Call in if you're in the paint huffing game. Well, anyways, Mero wins. And we go backstage to Diesel and Razor Ramon on AOL chat. So you can chat with Isaac Yankem and this other asshole. That's Razor Ramon. What did you, because were you watching at the time? I forget.
I wasn't watching, so I didn't. I mean, I remember seeing fake Diesel and fake Razor Ramon, and I was like, "Oh God!" And then that was it. Like, because even as a dumb little kid, I'm like, "What is going on here?" But that's all I remember. I remember just turning the channel. It's like, this is stupid.
Yeah, it's just like, honestly, to bring it back to current times. So we'll hear. So Diesel and Razor obviously poking fun at Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, who are on the other channel, who are on the competition WCW. So we're bringing these, caricatures of these guys back to, for whatever reason, kind of reminiscent of AEW showing footage of Jack Perry and CM. Not reminiscent, really, but it's in the way that they're like shooting across the bow at each company.
Yeah.
Which, should CM Punk and Jack Perry, should they have just gotten a fake CM Punk and debuted him on AEW? Thoughts?
That would be the funniest freaking thing in the world if they did that. I would take that over what they did trying to show that video, because for me, I knew it was gonna be something stupid. I really didn't think they would show the footage. I thought it was gonna be a sketch, to be honest with you. So I just figured I wasn't gonna watch it, whatever. And then of course I went on Twitter hoping to see what they actually did. They showed the actual video. I was like, Lordy, guys, come on. But having their own CM Punk would have been god awful funny. They just have some guy with a greased up hair and just slap a Pepsi can on his arm and just have him talk bullshit, and they'd been or they just bring back CP Monk. You know who CP Monk is?
No, why don't you tell me?
CP Monk and Coca Bunny.
What? No, I'm unfamiliar. Educate me.
All right. Anybody who's listening to this show who hasn't turned it off because I've said some dumb bullshit already. So CP Monk is a guy in a chipmunk costume, but he's got a Pepsi symbol on his arm, and he's got a it's a mascot costume, and he's got X's on his wrists. And his tag team partner is Colca Bunny, which is a guy in a bunny costume, and then it's supposed to be Colt Cabana. That would have been way more entertaining because that shit, I don't know why. It's just so stupid and absurd. It's like looking at a car wreck. You just can't help but look at it as you drive by, even though you're clearly late for work. What the fuck? Anyway.
No, it's like, and the reason I like make even the parallel because they're not exactly the same situation, but it just shows like how rattled they are by the competition. And it's like there's no end game really. Like there's no like what is the best case scenario? It's just being petty for the sake of being petty and with no gain, and it only serves as a way to alienate your current audience. Which I would imagine if I'm watching in '96 and I see this fake Razor and fake Diesel, like am I gonna be a fan of them? Am I gonna think it's entertaining? No, it's gonna prompt me to turn the show off. So just shows that as things change, they stay the same. But yeah.
And on top of that, I love Kane's impression of Diesel, of Kevin Nash.
Yeah, he's definitely the better. Although Ray's actually, honestly, like the casting, not bad, right? Like it's hard to find giant guys that look like Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. So
good. But if it was gonna be Scott Hall, just give him a bottle of fucking I can't think of a good alcohol in time. You know what I'm trying to say.
No, I'll edit it in post.
Moonshine.
I'll make it moonshine.
Moonshine.
Yeah, we'll edit that. We'll edit that in yeah. Stop. Oh, I don't know how to make this thing stop. But yeah. So fake CM Punk. Let's make it happen, TK. Get what's that asshole's name? Brandon the Cutler. Yeah,
Cutler, that fucker.
Dress him up. Put him in Chicago tights and
make him useful again.
Tattoos. Well, again.
Okay. Red hat on.
Until the demons. What was he? The it was Dungeons and Dragons, right? And he came out with like cards in his hand and
oh my god.
There was some
I didn't see that, but I'm pretty sure. I didn't see that, but I'm pretty sure that happened.
It's yeah. That was the thing. But
bring back that oil guy, Michael Nakazawa.
Yes.
Fake British Bulldog.
Oh, he got his inspiration from Bulldog, is what you're telling me. I never would have made the parallel, but I see it. But they're both wet.
Who's the sucker who waited on the phone on hold as they're waiting to talk to fake Razor and fake Diesel?
Well, I think it was just AOL chat, so I don't even think they were talking to them. I think they were just chatting.
Oh, man.
But even so, it's like, what are you going to ask? What would you ask fake Diesel and or fake Razor?
How do you feel about fake being here in this moment wearing these outfits that obviously no one thinks you are who you are?
I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking
down the moonshine. Well, that'd be funny. He's like really eloquent too. Like, well, you see, I as Razor Ramon truly believe.
This is very. He's
oh my god.
Straight and narrow Razor and.
What would you like me to do? Wash the dishes? Would you like?
It could have been the good guy and regular unleaded.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. See. They should have had us in the writer's room when they were developing this. Would have been money. Would have been money.
This is, you know what? They need us. I'm sorry.
I mean, they're psycho for not doing it. But speaking of which, we got Psycho Sid up next, taking on Vader. How could this go wrong? In a number one contendership match. So the winner faces Shawn Michaels at Survivor Series. And Shawn's out there for commentary. What'd you think of his commentary, first of all?
I didn't think it was bad. I don't know.
Yeah, he was fine.
Yeah, he was just like, it was refreshing. Like he Pat McAfee, where he just showed like enthusiasm. He wasn't yelling the whole time like McAfee does, but no, he showed enthusiasm. And like I'm trying to remember half the things he said. It's like I don't remember much what he said, to be honest with you, but at the same time, it flowed. You know, it wasn't distracting. And if anything, like this one was close to being one of my favorite matches of the night. I don't know. I know how you said how could this go wrong. I actually like this match a lot. It was because it's like for two plotting big guys, you're like thinking, oh, punch kick, here we go. But no, these guys were just well, for one thing, I think they might have seriously hated each other because like they were just popping each other really hard, and like I could watch Vader like pork chop people in the forehead all day, every day. yeah, yeah. And, like I could watch like, and those two, you know, maybe like I'm biased because those two, like back in the day when I was watching WCW as a kid, those were my two favorites by far. I loved Vader, I loved Sid, and like this is completely off topic, but both of their entrance themes fit them so well, and it's like Sid's entrance theme, it's kind of like it just creates a weird dynamic where it's like you're thinking like this is his nut job, but he's fist pounding every single person down to the aisle because he's such a big fan favorite. So it's like, so I don't know what it is, but and then Vader comes out with like, you know, like just angry big old dude with that music where it's like exactly he's like I'm gonna hit something. I gotta punch something for real, and like you know, strap power, like,
all torso. This Vader is Jesus.
He's all torso, and it's like, but yeah, that music is just so menacing when he marches down the ring. It's like he's gonna fucking kill somebody. So I don't know about you. I actually like this match a lot. And plus, same thing. Psycho Sid was doing some like cross bodies. He was flying around the ring and shit, and like he tried to do a sunset flip for some reason.
That caught me off guard.
Yeah, he fucking threw a sunset flip and then fucking got sat on. But so I thought that was great.
Asked for it.
And the fans are super behind it. And I think that's why I like it with HBK too. Is like he was actually cheering for his buddy, and it all made sense.
Yeah, no, because Psycho Sid is a guy that I've turned around on recently. Just the babyface turn, like I don't know what it is about him. I mean, first of all, both these guys are like the larger than life kind of characters, so it fits, especially in this kind of marquee match. It was just a sight to see. Both guys moving around there pretty well. I know Vader's kind of towards the tail end of his run. Sid, I mean, kind of sort of the same. I would say maybe more so peak in terms of popularity. But yeah, it was like a car crash, but in a good way, is basically how I'll describe this. And Sid was kind of fighting from underneath, which was an interesting choice. It was weird just seeing him. Like you said, he's like, he has to bust out the sunset flips and the top rope cross bodies, and he's like firing up, and he's like, it's a very like, at first I was like, I don't know if this is really playing the Sid strengths, but the match kind of kicked in eventually, and they're just kind of slugging each other.
Yeah.
So I would agree. I liked it.
Good. I was just say, oh man, I'm gonna be a minority in this one too. But for your AEW fans too, Sid throws a Canadian Destroyer onto Vader. It was fucking nuts.
Oh man, there was a couple pump knee strikes, some super kicks.
At least 10 of them. Yeah, I know the threshold's at 11.
All the apron bumps.
No, this match it was actually really good. It was but here's my favorite part of the match.
Tell me.
They advertise this match. It's the Masters of the Powerbomb. And this match ends in a choke.
How many power bombs? How many power bombs were in this match, Charlie? Fucking zero. There's more. There's the same amount of power bombs in my backyard right now. You know,
I just asked some Chipotle about to do a big power bomb in the toilet, but
nice.
Boom. So yeah, like the master of the power bomb got settled with the choke slam.
Do you think Sid just couldn't lift old Vader for a power bomb?
I'm pretty sure of it. I mean,
they could have done the turnbuckle deal. You know, get under him, slide into his gooch.
See how that worked for Sting? Nah, man.
No.
Or nah, fam. No, we're not doing that. But no, I mean, I could see Vader hitting Sid with a powerbomb. I could definitely see that.
I think it would get close.
Yeah, it might turn into one of those Kevin Nash drop you on the back of your neck sort of deal. But it's a risk that I'm willing to take.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if we're not confident that these guys can hit a power bomb on each other, maybe we don't bill it as Battle of the Power Bombs.
Exactly.
I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
It should be Clothesline Master.
Yeah. Master of the
JBL.
Sunset Flip.
Yeah, right. And then
Tightest small package.
Vader wins with the sunset flip. I would just die. And you see Jim Cornette just losing his shit in the outside. But Jim Cornette added this match too. I get a kick out of Jim. Yeah, he fucking like whacked Sid with that tennis racket so fucking hard. It was just great. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's foam padding in there or something. That can't be a goddamn. No one's getting hit with a tennis racket.
That's funny. I was wondering because I was watching this. I've always assumed that it's like, oh, it's just the empty case, but it has like its rigid shape. So it's got to be something,
floppy.
Right?
It's gonna be something in there. I just don't. Oh, maybe it is a racket, but they
Bro,
better have put a lot of padding in there.
Because I mean, he whacks people with it. Yeah. I was watching Ring of Honor when he was with Samoa Joe, and he smacks the shit out of Joe in the back. It's like that's not a real racket. I don't think. I hope not.
He Steffi grabs the shit out of people.
Oh, he sure does.
But anyway, yeah.
Anyways, Sid wins. Choke slam. He's muscular. He's wet. Probably the wettest guy on the show. If I had to rank him.
And then Ahmed Johnson, some music hits. He slips to the ring.
All the wet. At Bash at the Beach. Come on now.
Pulls the Titus O'Neil, goes all the way under the ring.
It's like a Nuru massage. Is that what it's called? When you're like a naked lady rubs on you and slides on you.
Did you say Nuru massage?
Yeah, that's what it is, right?
Let me Google that right now. Hold on.
Go ahead.
All right, Google.
I don't know how you spell it. I think it's like Nuro.
Let me see.
Maybe.
Wait, you said it again? Nuro.
Maybe.
Massage.
Oh no, sorry. Wait.
Oh, it corrected me. Google corrected me. I got it. Hold on. It says new room massage. All right.
Yeah. It's Nuru.
Ah!
So that begs the question: who would you take a Nuru massage from on this show?
Goldust.
That's a mess to clean up. That's a mess. Sparkles. I mean, you saw in this match how much sparkles these guys had on their backs just from the residue of gold dust. You're gonna have a.
Who put safe search on my Google, man?
Well, anyways, Nuru massages. Feel free to check it out, gang. Nuru massage, sponsor me.
Why did we bring this up again? Oh yeah, because Ahmed Johnson. I got it.
Oh, wet. Yeah. We're good. Hey, one more Sid thing. I need your thoughts on this promo.
You do anything you can, including breaking his back to become the WWF champion at Survivor Series?
The question is simple. Yes, I will. I will do anything I have to go to my destiny and make my conquer to prove that I
go to my destiny and make my conquer. Put that on his tombstone.
And I have half the brain that you do.
Sid is phenomenal. Everything about him rules. He's the ruler of the world for a reason.
Even his botches are the best. They're groundbreaking.
I gotta watch this stumble again.
Wait, what?
I will do anything I have to go to my destiny.
Oh, goddamn, pal.
And that's how Bubba Ray Dudley's gimmick was created.
Copyright infringement all over the place.
Oh, that's so good. But okay, come on, you gotta give him credit. Before that flub, listen to that whole promo before that. It was actually a pretty damn good promo. I doubt
it.
Anyways, nope. It was good. It was good.
No, it was 90% of it was great.
Yeah. It's like, and then I will drop you on your head.
Did I catch? I forget. Like, watch how he walks away after it finishes. Oh, I didn't catch it. He just slowly saunters off. He's so disappointed in himself.
I done fucked that one up.
Yeah, that promo is dead and buried. Speaking of which, speaking of which, we got a buried alive match in our main event.
The bulbous what the
fuck? That was so unnecessary. That was Vince, right? They called Paul Bearer bulbous.
He called him bulbous. You might as well the very plump Paul Bearer accompanies mankind to the ring. The cherubic Paul Bearer.
The geometric Paul Bearer. The voluptuous.
The voluptuous, that's good. Round is a shape. Paul Bearer.
I don't think bulbous is the worst. I think
That's
that's the
pretty
last
bad.
thing I want to be called.
I had to like I knew what it meant. I know what that word meant because like I just knew it because and I was like, but I had to question it, so I had to Google it anyway just to be sure. I thought I heard what I heard.
Just a picture of ball bearer.
Yeah, it is. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
He's a bulbous fella. I mean,
Well, he
he's
is.
not wrong. You can't sue him for slander.
No, it's just a rather odd choice of words at a really not opportune time, but all right. So
Yeah.
Vince McMahon was low key the star of the star of the show because just him and his shit-eating grin anytime JR bitched at him was just part. JR's
mean,
like, "You're cutting off my mics. This is on purpose." And VKM is like, "What's wrong with your mic?
that
What do you got to
was
say
like,
now?"
I forgot to mention this too, because JR's mic's cutting in and out, but he's still trying to get his jabs in on Vince because because he's like a guy in the ring will have a wrist lock on, and then JR is gonna be like, "Hey Vince, by the way, that's a wrist lock," in case you didn't know, making fun of the fact that he doesn't no moves. So,
Yep.
but he tried.
What
He
a
tried.
maneuver.
What a maneuver indeed. Well,
But yeah,
Vince casually leads us in to a buried alive match, which the winner is determined when he makes the other guy pass away. So when somebody is dead in this match, then the match is over. And that's how Vince delivers it, by the way. Oh, the winner, this match will continue until like he's just like have an ounce of emotion, Vince.
thank you.
You're about to lose an employee, but then again, maybe he's not gonna have to pay him anymore, so maybe he's happy about it.
That's true.
So
Oh,
knows? Who knows? Well, egg on his face, but
how do you put life insurance on a dead man?
you don't.
Oh,
You don't.
if a tree falls in the woods, is it Xavier? I'll go.
So we got Mankind. We got Undertaker. We've gotten here, like I said, through caskets, through boiler room brawls, through Paul the Bulbous, Paul Bearer, turning on the Undertaker and aligning with Mankind. So it's a lot of betrayal, a lot of scuttlebutt, a lot of just emotion and brawling, and I want to kill you and all of that stuff. So now we have this match. Of course, you win the match by there's a mound of dirt on the stage area. You gotta put your opponent in the hole and cover his body with a vague amount of dirt to win the match. They were very unspecific. But it starts in the ring, so you gotta like fight from the ring to the dirt, which they did a few times back and forth. But I think it was pretty seamless how they did it, like the way they brawled on the outside. I mean, Undertaker's doing dives from the top rope to the floor. They fight to the hill of dirt. They're trying to throw each other in the hole. And then Undertaker locks in a small package. What are we doing? What? Of all the times to break out the small package, Big Take, it's when you're on top of a mound of dirt in a buried alive match. What is the thinking there, do you think?
Can you imagine calling the match like before, like they go over like what we're gonna do? What do you think about me doing a Mahistral Cradle?
What? That might have. I think it might have just been a bet. Him and the Bone Street crew was like, Godfather's like, hey, take. I bet you won't do a small package on the dirt.
You know what? Actually, you bring up a great point. I swear that must be it. Because why the hell you don't see any pinfalls? Okay, no. Mankind did try to do a pinfall in the middle of the match after a pile driver, I think, or something like that. But even then, it's like, why?
But how many times has Undertaker done a fucking small package in his career?
Ever.
Now's the time to break it out.
Exactly. So you know what? You're right. I wouldn't put it past him. That's probably a joke. It had to be, but to me, that was my favorite parts of the match. And believe me, this match was full with moments. There were so many moments. And here,
Yes.
don't get me started. The beginning of the match, right away. So Mankind's trying to get back in the ring. He's on the apron, and then Undertaker, I believe, just kicks him off the apron, and Mankind goes the back of his head against the railing. And this is like minutes into the match.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there like, all right, that worked out great, but I wouldn't even put it past Mankind be like, no, I'm gonna take this bump for real. And it's what they did. And it was just insane. But to your point, yeah, same thing. The match was inside out, inside out. They did tease the mound a couple times and it brought it right back to the ring. Taker was pulling out all his cool moves, and then like it was a big fight feel because when they were hitting each other, it really looked like they were trying to kill each other. This match it just flowed. I loved every second of it. But the other thing too is like, my God, those chair shots.
Whoo!
Oh my!
Undertaker can swing a goddamn chair, can he?
He can. Like whatever exercise that we all do in the gym, going like this, he must be doing it a lot. Whatever this move is,
the ski machine.
exactly.
Is that what it's called?
Because like a tricep pull is this, but you're not gonna get a chair shot out of that. So you gotta do
slower.
Oh.
There we go. Now that's a clip I have.
Was it Dragon Slayer? I don't know if you know that that reference, but oh no, now they're behind. Now they're in front of you. Anyway,
no, keep going. But yes, Taker is very tricep heavy. To your point, so it's probably the secret.
He must have been doing that workout. Him and JBL just doing that same workout for hours on end because he can swing a chair, and it was just.
Do you think they got like the 5-pound dumbbells doing the thing the ladies do on the bench? You know what I'm talking about? Right. It's because that's your dick holding arm. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm being very unnecessarily misogynistic here. But
there really shouldn't be a women's war games match unless it makes sense.
Right.
I
mean,
mean,
if it's in a Pilates studio or if it's in a it's on the cooking chair. All right, it's enough.
They should just put pillows in there and make it a pillow fight match.
Hey, what are your thoughts on Diva Cups? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
They're it's like an alternative to tampons. It's like a cup you put up there and you just like empty it in a toilet.
Giddy up. I mean, if it works, it works.
Okay. Sure.
If it's practical, then fine. If it's not too obstructive, fine. Just don't. Oh.
Well, call in if you're a big Diva Cup fan. But anyways.
Oh, someone's actually calling me. Hold on. Yeah, Karn. Yeah, Karn. What's up, Justin?
Mom.
Yeah. But no, this match was awesome. I'm sorry. It was just
great.
Perfect mix of spots and like heavy hitting, and yeah, I love this match.
Yeah, I mean the chemistry between these two guys, obviously they got it. The intensity, like you said, with all the strikes and the weapon spots. At some point, Undertaker Mankind gets handed a shank from Paul Bearer. I think that's what it was.
That. Yes, I forgot about that.
Some vague, sharp object that he's stabbing Undertaker in the head repeatedly with. And then, like you said, they get this back and forth to the mound of dirt. They're trying to like hip toss each other in. It was just funny to see like the pure wrestling aspect of this match, which is just a match where you're trying to kill your opponent. But
I want to highlight Jerry Lawler again, because when you said the spike, it reminded me of like when Undertaker gets when Mankind's just sitting there stabbing Undertaker with a spike, and then what's his name, Vince McMahon's like, this is going too far, this is going way too far, and then Jerry Lawler is just sitting there like, it's no holds barred. You can do it, and Vince McMahon's like, no, even this is too far. Even this is too far. So then Undertaker gets a hold of the spike, and now now he's starting to get Mankind, and Jerry Lawler goes, nope, that's not fair. That's not fair. Like this match he should be disqualified. And I thought that was freaking priceless. Like
got him.
Yeah, it was so good. And on top of that, there's this one part of the match where there's this one girl. It was a very awkward close up of a female fan.
You're talking about.
Yeah. Yep. And the camera just stays on him, right? And then Jay Lawler says something along the lines of like, oh man, hold on, what did he say? It was just so good. It was like, he goes, I think
it was not complimentary.
No, it was not complimentary. It just goes, it goes like, yeah. So there's this close up of this female, and she's cute, I guess, and she's kind of pale. Yeah. And then Jay Lawler goes, I wonder if her Undertaker knows that she got up. So,
Very rude.
So Vince McMahon goes, well, what do you mean? But there are a lot of creatures of the night here in Indianapolis. Jerry Lawler goes, yep, she's a creature, all right.
Just like it was just an average looking lady. Probably the most attractive wrestling fan in Indianapolis at that point.
Poor girl. What if she watched this match in a replay? Like, oh, I want to see if this match televised as good as in person. And she hears this like, hey!
And that lady went on to become Sasha Banks. But
I'm a CEO now.
Don't get me fucking started on her.
CEO.
Throw her in this grade and bury her.
CEO.
Jesus, tits on a cross. Well, anyways.
Shout out
Speaking
Scarlett
speaking of dirt, speaking of digging, this match continues on, and like I said, there's a lot of like false finishes, like they're trying to throw each other in, countering, chair shots, whatever it is, and then I think at one point, it's what Undertaker choke slams Mankind into the grave, which is a pretty brutal looking bump, by the way. And Undertaker digs some dirt, puts some just enough dirt to like cover Mankind, and then the bell rings and Undertaker wins. But by golly, that is not the end of the story here, because in comes the Executioner, the
Mr. Slave,
pound my schneid, Mr. Slave. Otherwise known as Terry Gordy. Are you familiar with yeah?
No shit.
Yeah.
I was wondering who that was. Okay.
Did you happen to see the Dark Side of the Ring that happened a few weeks ago in Terry Gordy? It's a good watch. It's a good watch. And I had no idea that like by this point he was like pretty much brain dead. Like he was kind of running on autopilot, somehow still wrestling. And
I can't watch these documentaries. I haven't seen any of them. I can't watch them because it's too real. I hate to hear, like the real bad things that happen to these guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going. I'm pretty sure it was amazing because people are telling me the Bray Wyatt one's incredible. The Sandman one was nuts, and like the Roman Reigns documentary just came out was really good.
The Bray Wyatt documentary is really good. I mean, it's obviously sad, especially towards the end, but it's good.
Yeah, I don't doubt it, but yeah. Terry
Gordy, because he had like a seizure or something, like the mid '90s at some point.
God, it's disheartening.
He was like even dead for a little bit, then they brought him back to life, and then but he was never the same after that. Like his communication was off, but he could still wrestle somehow, and so he's debuting here in the WWF after a short run in ECW, which I've watched some of that, and under a mask. I don't know if they want to hide his face or what it is, but from what I've heard, it's not a great run for Gordy here. I don't think it's very long. It's not long living. So I'm curious to see how that goes. But he debuts here to help out Mankind, hits Undertaker in the back of the head with a shovel, digs Mankind out, pulls him out of the grave, throws in Taker, and then Executioner, Mankind, and then all the heels in the locker room, for whatever reason, come out to help bury the Undertaker alive. So you have fucking Goldust coming back out here.
My man.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley's here. Bradshaw's here. Who else? There's some others, I think, right?
Sparky T Plug.
I don't think Sparky Plug was out there. Thurman Plug would never.
I don't think so either. You're right.
He's
when he's first, he's not first, he's last.
Exactly.
But no, I don't know who else came out. He did mention a few other guys, but whatever.
Yeah. It was a lot of guys, and they spend like, I don't know, at least 5 minutes just digging dirt, piling it on top of Taker, and he's dead. Undertaker's passed away. Oh wait, lightning strikes, and then a purple glove pokes from under the dirt. He's alive. Isn't that what Vince said?
Yep.
Undertaker lives.
But at least he showed emotion on that call.
Yeah, I mean, he was all like, right? And And the hand pokes out and he goes. So that's how the show closes, with a purple glove sticking out of a mound of dirt.
The best part is that glove came out nowhere near where they were burying him. Because if you look at it, they buried him in a bunch of dirt, right? But nowhere, his hand comes out of the grass. So it's like, I'm like, you motherfuckers, y'all slick. Y'all didn't think I'd catch that, but his hand just come out nowhere near where they're burying him.
I mean, he has a long wingspan, right? He might have to.
He done like when he gets resurrected, he goes like. I'm alive.
Have you ever had to resurrect yourself underneath a mound of dirt? You don't know how that all goes, right?
Point taken. I stand corrected. I'm just saying. But like, can you imagine being there? Like, let's just say you're an usher or security guard, right? Watching all this out of context.
Mm-hmm.
The end of the match, you're seeing a man getting buried alive, and you hear little kids going, "Rest in peace, cheering.
Why is that? I mean, I understand why that's the chant. It's in support of Taker, but maybe just chant Undertaker.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, exactly. Don't give him well wishes. Have a good day.
Thin blue line.
Good luck to you. Like, hope all is well.
Boy, I sure hope you get out of the dirt.
But yeah, like, can you imagine just seeing like all this, like people just cheering their ass off watching someone get buried alive? And it's I was just like, this is some shit, and this is the world we live in. But at the same time, even though I'm making fun of it, it was easily one of my favorite match. I was like sitting there like, I thought the Vader and Sid match was gonna be my favorite, but no, this one topped it, and it was highly entertaining.
Do you prefer this or the Boneyard match?
This by far. The Boneyard match was fun. It was fun. I'll give him that. A little too much cheese for me. You know, like the Good Brothers coming out, it was like kind of stupid. But other than that, no, like it's Boneyard was entertaining. But it's like apples and oranges, because you're dealing with something cinematic as opposed to like something live crowd. So I still would say the live crowd, because like the kids made that match. The kids screaming like hysterically during the match, like whenever they thought that Undertaker was gonna go down, and like then they lost their shit when Undertaker hit the small cradle or whatever, small package or whatever.
Yeah. And by the way, I want to emphasize, it's a small package, but they both roll within the small package down the hill. So they're like a ball. It's like the most well executed small package that's ever happened.
Cool. I wish they kept it going and then counted a pin. The ref was like, oh shit. He's like,
they go into the hole. They both get buried. It's a draw.
Vince McMahon goes, and now they're both deceased. All right, next pay-per-view this Monday on Raw in Chicago.
Fucking promoting Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Before we get to the murder on screen.
Yes.
Make sure to get your tickets to Survivor Series. Rocky Maivia is going to be wearing tassels. That'll be fun. Like, what are we doing? What are we even? I don't know.
That's not a bicycle, folks. That is a Maivia coming down to the ring. I hate this. No,
I hate you.
Yeah, I hope you do, dude. I really hope you do.
Yeah. You're lucky you're so cute. But anyways, that brings In Your House 11, Buried Alive, to a close. Any other nuggets on this one? Anything we didn't touch upon?
Not at all. I think we covered everything and
covered it in dirt, huh?
Ooh,
yeah.
See? That's my. This is my Vince McMahon scream now. It's my symbol for it.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
So stupid, but no. I needed this as a palate cleanser after watching like a bunch of like shitty wrestling lately. So thank you, dude.
Yes. This is no Luchasaurus or whatever the fuck's going on over there. But it's no Monet. There was no Monet in this.
Oh my word! Don't, please don't. Like, please cancel me for this one too.
CEO.
That's stupid. Thank you. And then also, any promo that comes out of that person's mouth is cringeworthy, because I don't believe any word that she's got to say. Even if you put more emphasis on it, everything that you say does not mean that it's
Dude.
entertaining or any substance behind it.
My toes curl inside of my foot whenever she speaks. It is
Thank you.
awful.
Thank you. But I would watch any of her matches in a heartbeat.
That's all she should be doing. Shut her yap and get to work, just like all you women. But anyways, thanks, Charlie, for hopping on here.
I'm not misogynistic, guys.
Hey, you told me to say all these things beforehand. You sent me the script.
My
But
wife
anyways.
makes more money than I do.
That's... You need to go stand on better corners and
that's the equivalent of saying, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop. Oh no,
no, go ahead.
Thanks for having me on the show, man. It's always an honor, dude. Like
always appreciate you coming on here, talking some old wrestling. Where can everybody what do you got going on?
Not a damn thing.
What's your address so people can come and say hi to you?
Well, my friend's address is at GETCHO Podcast because I will always highlight them because they deserve it. They keep it going strong. Just because I can't do this anymore, they keep it going strong and they keep it just as entertaining. Probably way better without me there. GETCHO Podcast on Instagram, dude. Come on, such a. He lets me out of his base, but then he thinks he can make fun of me all the time. But
yeah, it's a price to
pay. But yeah, like GETCHO Podcast. I used to be on their show. I may come back one day. They do ask me whenever I could come by, and it's just maybe this show works with my schedule better. So thank you, hardest part of the ring, because it's always an honor. And yeah, shit. Like if you guys will have me, I will 100% do this again, because even if I don't get to podcast about it, watching this show was more than worth it. So
hell yeah. I mean, I'll take Sid and Vader over fucking who sucks. Who sucks as a wrestler right now?
I can't really watch Dominic Mysterio matches. I can't really watch those. His promos are fucking awesome because it's so great. Like
I don't mind Dominic.
Okay,
he's the good. He's the punching bag. Like he fits that role well.
Oh, fair.
Who's
bad right now? Yeah, I don't know.
Sucks. We already touched on him, but she's not a bad wrestler. I guess there's not a lot of
there's a lot of good wrestling out there. I can't.
Yeah, is it too much though? Does it all just become one homogeneous mold?
Almost
bullshit.
Almost. That was
I think you said almost.
I did, but it was kind of a. You see what I did there? I meant almost. But
I don't need you being homophobic on this show.
I am 100%.
All right, that's where we ended. Once again, thank you to Charlie for returning to the show. Always a good old time with my boy Chuck. Is Chuck short for Charlie? Charles? That's something else. I don't know. I feel like if you go by Chuck, you're probably an asshole. So, thank you to Charlie for coming back on the show. Always a good old time. And hey, let's hit that jingle. WCW, ECW, WWF, who's the hardest promotion? Eric or Vince or Paulie? I think we can agree, though, it's mostly shit. Alrighty then. So if you're on YouTube, I will be walking through this visually. I'm sharing my screen of the scoreboard and whatnot. If you're listening in audio land, I will walk you through it. So don't you worry. Don't you worry, little thing. So the hardest promotion battle of 1996, as per the date of this show, October. We are nearing the end of the year, so not a lot of time for any more changes, but still a couple shows left. And these point swings can happen pretty quickly, as we've seen previously. So basically, overall, if this is your first time, we look at each promotion, WWF, WCW, and ECW. We look at their pay-per-view quality or their special event quality, whatever you want to. We look at the overall event quality. We look at the in-ring quality, out-of-ring, the roster, all this stuff. We try to make it all-encompassing to see who is truly the best promotion of 1996 at this point in time. October, or whatever the hell, 22nd, 1996. God damn it, I never fucking remember. 20th. All right. at this point in time, October 20th, 1996. So first things first. Well, actually, first things, we'll review the scores so far. WWF is in the lead with 13. WCW has 5. ECW has 4. What are these points based on? Well, we will get into it. But the first thing we got to do is grade this show. From a scale of S to F, S being one of the best shows of all time, F being a show that I'd rather bury myself in dirt than watch. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I had some dried cum in my throat. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? I'm thinking. B or C for sure. This isn't A territory. I'm inclined to go B. Halloween Havoc was a B. In Your House 10 was a B. I'm gonna throw a B at it. I think there's value in the Buried Alive match, like how crazy it was and how novel of a concept it was, and the fact that they were able to execute it in a way to where it was a fun match to watch. I thought it was good. The rest of the show, there was nothing like extraordinary, but it was just solid throughout, you know? So I think that's quality enough for a B, in my opinion. So what that means is now we go over to this tab and we see which promotion has the best average score, which it is still WWF. So we go over to the overall scoreboard, the best overall average grade, still WWF. So they maintain those 6 points. Best pay-per-view, worst pay-per-view, no changes here, as you know, it's not an A or an F. So WrestleMania 12 is still the best. WCW Super Brawl is still the worst. So no changes there. In-ring. So the next category is the in-ring. So best overall in-ring. We're tracking WWF as the best. ECW is still struggling a little bit. So definitely not ECW. WCW is making moves. The Cruiserweight division is starting to heat up a little bit. I don't say they've risen up since we last looked at this. So I think WWF still holds on to this for now. Best match, worst match. I don't think this show gave us the best or the worst match of the year. I mean, the match of the night is probably the Buried Alive match. I wouldn't say that's best of the year territory. And nothing was worse than Ultimate Warrior versus Goldust. So no changes in that realm. Roster, star power. I'm just going to say, there hasn't been any changes since we last looked at this, unless you want to count Fake Diesel and Fake Razor. I mean, Stone Cold's heating up, so that's something. Bret Hart's about to come back from his little hiatus. Mark Marrow's heating up. Triple H is coming out of the doghouse. It's not quite out yet, so that'll maybe be a factor next time we look at this, but so we're tracking as the best overall roster. We're tracking WCW, and I think that still holds. Because up top, I've said this, a million times. Up top, you got the Hogans, Macho Man, Flair, Pipers come in, and you got the Cruiserweights holding it down in that division in the opening match kind of deal. You got DDP and Eddie Guerrero and Conan making moves. So WCW's got a great roster. ECW has kind of lost a lot of people in the past couple months, so I wouldn't put them at the top either. So WCW holds on to the best overall roster. Wrestler of the Year, Mankind. I think this show just kind of reinforces that. So no reason to take them off here. So WWF holds on to Wrestler of the Year. Worst of the Year, Ultimate Warrior. I mean, no one on this show would be Worst of the Year, I don't think. Trying to think who even would be in the running from the show. Yeah, no one really. So yeah, Ultimate Warrior still holds on to this one. So WWF has that -1 point. Out of ring. So we're looking at gimmicks, characters, promos, storylines. Overall, who is the best? we're tracking ECW as the best. Yeah, WWF, and I've said this before, like they got Mankind and Undertaker, which is great. Otherwise, not a lot of great stuff. You got Ahmed and Farouk doing some shit, which is not great. The world title scene, Sean's in a weird place. Sid's now the number one. There's not a lot of story there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So like, yeah, and ECW is just from top to bottom. You got the Dudley storyline. You got Shane Douglas and the Pitbulls, which is getting crazy at this point. We've hit the point where Shane Douglas took Pitbull number who's the injured one? The number one? I think it's Pitbull number one, the one with the broken neck and the halo around it. Shane Douglas took the halo and ripped him down to the ground. And the way that all played out, we'll talk more about it in the next ECW episode. But I mean, you got that. You got Sandman and Raven. You got Tommy Dreamers in the picture. The Gangstas and the Eliminators are going at it. Like Rob Van Dam and Sabu. Like, it's just from top to bottom. It's just so dense with great stories. So ECW still holds on to this. And the NWO and WCW is great, but it's really a one-note show, I would say. While it is good, I think we'll give it to ECW just because they have more diversity, more of a kind of ebbs and flows throughout the entire show. So, and but the best overall storyline, just the one singular character / storyline, would still be NWO. I would say for sure. I think Undertaker and Mankind gives them a run for their money. I don't think they're number one. I think they would probably be in the top three. But as far as the best, NWO still holds on to this. And the worst character storyline, storyline, I should say, Jerry Lawler is what we're tracking here. And I think, for now, I think that still holds on. Just from his stuff he's done with Jake Roberts and Ultimate Warrior and commentary just in general. Like, I don't know. You could probably throw Jim Ross in here, but I don't think it's been as egregious as what Jerry Lawler has done throughout the year. So, yeah. So overall, all of that to say, no changes. WWF still in the lead with 13 points. WCW with 5. ECW with 4. So only a few more shows left. How many more shows? We got 5 more shows left before the finale. And so we got 1 more ECW show. We got 2 more WWF shows and 2 more WCW shows. So we're nearing the end here, but lots of time to make some point swings. But speaking of swinging, I don't know. I like swings. Swinging from, I don't know. Well, that's about all. Really coming to a puttering stop on this episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. Always appreciate it. Always love you. Hopping in me. Turning this on and hitting play and watching or listening or whatever sense you use to consume me. So I think it's time for me to hit stop on the record button and let you leave. So appreciate you guys. Love ya. I'm hard.
Yeah. And the hardest, talk around and disregard it. Strip you off the ground, show you what hard is. Standing strong and proud, nothing can knock it. Let's get it started. It's the hardest, talk around and disregard it. Strip you off the ground, show you what hard is. Standing strong and proud, nothing can knock it.